What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we want to talk about motion and control, right? So this is going to be coordination and appliance part 3. Feel me? So now when we talk about coordination and appliance, this one is big. But I really want to make this video because I want to talk about the idea of perspective, right? So when you come into a function with your known natural rhythm. You know what I'm saying? You have your own natural rhythm and a base way of operating and flowing, right? This is the natural way in which you progress and the natural rhythm that you take when you confront activities, right? When things confront you, right? Now the problem is a lot of times we can get to a point to where we understand our rhythm, we understand how we function, right? But what we don't understand is the fact that there could be a time where we're not vigilant, and we got to be able to come with a new perspective, right? And we got to be able to see what we're looking at, because sometimes we don't know how to fit our environment or be able to flow with the environment that comes our way. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of not only being able to, you know what I'm saying, function within our own system, but more importantly and most importantly is being able to come with a perspective. Being able to come with a perspective, being able to have a flow in a rhythm, right? And not being able to come with a perspective is like equivalent to having, it's like equivalent to having a system that functions fixed, like without a mind or any type of living portion. It's like a robot. It just functions the same way every time, right? But that mind portion and that perspective portion is what allows that system to be able to function with it, to adapt and to adjust itself in order to be able to fit and combat against any type of trial, tribulation, or anything that is confronted with, right? So that's the nature of this video right here, and that's the nature of motion and control, right? How can you not only adapt, but really it's how can you maintain your own rhythm and your own systems and your own base operations while at the same time slowing down your systems in order to be able to hit your jump shots, right? Because on the basketball court, you know, it comes to a point to where your game, when you're developing your game, you go through stages of developing your own systems, right? Your own style of play, the own way that you function. And then it comes to a point to where now you have to be able to slow down your game. Your game slows down as you go up levels, right? As the mechanics get hard, as the game gets tougher, right? Or as the level goes up, right? So now as you slow down your game, this means that now you're operating within your systems. But now you know how to wax on, wax off, or slow down your game in order to hit jump shots and hit points that you need to hit in order to get you some buckets and make sure that you're not missing shots, right? And that you, right, and win the game. So now, that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to slow down your game when you need to slow it down in order to hit the shots that you need to hit, right? While still being able to function and operate within your own rhythm. So as a basketball player, you know, like I said before with the analogy of having your systems, and there's a difference between a system, you know, that's just fixed and that doesn't have a mind and that doesn't change, right? And between a system that does have a mind and that does change and that does adapt, right? You got to be able to, the difference between those two systems is that one system has a mind, right? You got to be able to have a mind and a perspective that allows you to operate your systems through your mind and your perspective. It's not the other way around. Your rhythm is what allows you to use things as an extension of yourself, but your rhythm itself is an extension of your own mind and your own perspective. Your perspective is the base of operations, the angle that you take, right? The journey, the journey that you're coming from, the angle that you're coming from, your perspective is the base of your operations, and your own rhythm and systems that you create is just an extension of that perspective that you have, right? So the perspective that you have is the most important thing and from that perspective, your rhythm, you operate through your own rhythm, you operate through your own systems, and this becomes the extension of that perspective, right? And it's all one full body motion. You know what I'm saying? So welcome back to the Deep Rhythm Academy. This is pretty much what we want to talk about today. This is how we're coming today with it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this message so far is doing somebody some good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully somebody can receive this. You know what I'm saying? For the message that's within it. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this will help somebody out, you know? So that's the nature of this video right here, right? It's being able to operate within your own. It's being able to remember your perspective and using your perspective as the base of your operations, right? So, and being able to slow down the game to hit points that you know you need to hit. If you get too caught up in your own systems and your own functions, right, you can miss the actual game itself. You can miss the actual duties itself, right? The actual beauty itself, right? You can miss things when you get so caught up in your own discipline. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? That you would know and be able to see if you just kept and had your perspective, right? So no matter what type of no matter what stage in life you get in, no matter what environment or you get in, you got to be able to keep the perspective of your own journey, because we get too caught up in where we're at, what we see, or any of these different types of things, and then now it gets to a point to where we lose sight of the objective, we lose sight of what's important, and now we become unbalanced. So that's pretty much the nature of this video right here. You know what I'm saying? And the other important thing, just to break this down one last time, is to make sure you continue to sharpen your mechanics, though. It's like, have a perspective, but also make time to resharpen those tools, that toolbox, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a ball handler, you know what I'm saying? Of course, shadow dribbling, to me, I believe shadow dribbling is the most important part, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes you do got to go back and work on those mechanics, work on those dribbling combos, work on those two-ball dribbling, work on that type of stuff, work on your footwork, you know what I'm saying? Work on all of the things that will help the system to perform as sharply as possible, right? Work on those things, but don't focus on those things, right? Because that's not where your focus should be. That's just an extension. You know what I'm saying? So just like in ball handling, you don't think about the crossover when you do it. It's just an extension. You just do it. Yeah, when you continue to go about, you know what I'm saying, dealing with problems and situations and walking about your day, you know what I'm saying, in your walk, understand that, you know what I'm saying, sharpen your mechanics, but don't focus on your mechanics. Your mechanics are there for you to be able to perform better. They're not there for you to be judged on, right? That's not the importance. You know what I'm saying? These things are here in order to make the job easier, right? So all the training that you do, you know what I'm saying, all the different things that you do, whether it's working out or whether it's, playing chess or doing something else, right? Or something else to sharpen your mind or body or brain or whatever it might be. All these different things that's a part of your systems eventually come to a point to where these are not the focal points, right? These are just extensions. These are just things that you sharpen in order to perform the function better, right? So don't get too caught up in your systems in that regard, right? Focus on the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Be able to see through your own lens and your own perspective. That way you know what your bigger picture is. Because now when we get to a point to where your bigger picture is put up against other people's bigger picture, you can decipher what that thing is. Like I said in my last video, talking about getting into a technical functions, you got like a million different things going on, but when you walk into it, it's easy to get confused unless you have a journey and you have a backstory of your own, and that way you can understand and identify, okay, this is my perspective, this is my angle, and this is the precision that I'm taking, right? This is the angle that I'm taking, and, you know what I'm saying? And I don't get too caught up in everything that I see, but I know what I need to do because I have, you know what I'm saying? I know myself. So the lesson of this video, man, is to know thyself. Know yourself enough to not get caught up in what everybody else says, not get caught up in what everybody else is doing or what's going on around you. Because if you get caught up in what everything you see, you know what I'm saying, you'll no longer be able to really carve out yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we want, you know what I'm saying? So like, and if you can't carve out yourself, you know what I'm saying, you really can't get too creative in creating, you know, the person you want to be no more, right? Because you're so caught up in everything you see, right? But that's what's important, you know what I'm saying? So last thing I want to say is, man, like it's a matter of just sticking to yourself, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And here and there when you can is just struggling to become more struggling more to find yourself, right? In the little things, right? The little detailed things, you know what I'm saying, of who you are. Cause I know me, like, you know, it gets to a stage in life, like I'm at a stage in life where now I done been through many different phases, man, like in many different places in life, right? But now I'm at a point to where I'm coming back to watching old film, right? Old basketball games, old Chicago Bull games, right? And I'm doing things like this because, you know what I'm saying, this is the team that I watched when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But I watched Derrick Rose. I'm learning more about the team, you know, my favorite basketball team. And it's little things like this, you know? It's little things like this, you know what I'm saying? But when you become an old head, you start to understand like stuff like that a little bit more. But anyway, yo, I'm gonna conclude this video right here. I hope this video can help somebody out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully somebody got a kick out of this. And yeah, I hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace, love, man. Hope y'all doing good, man. And keep carving out yourself, dog. Keep carving out yourself, man. Because I know, you know what I'm saying, when we get to carving out ourselves, this stuff can get really hard. And it's like a matter of who's got really the direction, right? It's a matter of like having that direction. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to be able to guide you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When you're going through all this wild stuff, right? But that's what it is, yo. You know, that's what it is, man. Just, you know what I'm saying, keep carving out yourself and understand motion and control, right? Understand motion and control. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to as a basketball player, being able to slow down the game, right? Come at your perspective, right? Use your mechanics or use your systems and sharpen your tools and sharpen your mechanics, not for the purpose of it being a focal point, but for the purpose of performing the job better, right? So that's why you sharpen mechanics. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you should focus on in terms of that, right? But keeping your perspective, right? Keeping your perspective is the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up with too much in the mechanics to the point where you miss your perspective. Stay focused on your perspective. Know yourself enough to understand your journey. You know what I'm saying? Understand your journey all the way and literally walk in your journey. You don't walk in anything else but your journey, right? You know what I'm saying? Because the more you walk in your journey, the less you get confused by. The more you commit to your journey and operating in your journey and doing the things you need to do according to your own journey, the less you will get confused by what you see, right? Because a lot of times confusion comes from us not committing to the actions that we need to commit to in order to, progress in our journey, right? when we hold off on things like, oh, I want to do this tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to just do this the next day. Oh, I need to do this, but now I'm going to go play video games instead. All that stuff is going to bite you in the butt later in your own mental health, because now you're not committing to things that you should have did, and now you're getting confused on what you should do, right? Because that's how the enemy operates, right? He buries you under a bunch of lies. You know what I'm saying? But that only can happen if you don't commit to what you need to commit to. So I'm gonna conclude this video right here. Peace and love. Hopefully, this is able to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we out this joint. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Yeah.